BMW i4. Kicking off the lineup is the BMW i4. Due to go into production at the end of next year, the i4 takes almost 85% of its design from the original concept car. Priced at around $50,000, it has the Tesla Model 3 firmly in its sights. An oversized kidney grille takes center stage, while swathes of blue detailing hint at what lies underneath the car's bonnet. Sitting somewhere between the 3 Series and the 4 Series, the company's goal was to mirror the performance and image of its current range of V8s. An 80 kWh battery gives the saloon an impressive range of more than 370 miles, while the flagship model produces around 525 horsepower, allowing it to reach 62 miles per hour in around 4 seconds and continue to a top speed of 124 miles per hour. The new i4 arrives alongside the iX3 and form part of the BMW Group's ambitious plan to introduce 12 new EVs and 25 new plug-in hybrids across its brands by 2025. Mercedes EQA and EQB. Mercedes is also having a crack at electrifying some of its range under its EQ subdivision. Whereas the original EQA concepts were based off an A-Class hatchback, the company recognizes the appeal of SUVs in today's market and instead went with a design more resemblant of the GLA for the finished product. It's based on a flexible platform allowing for front, rear and all-wheel drive powertrains, as well as larger vehicles like the EQB, an electrified version of the GLB. Both arriving in the second half of 2021, we should see a range of around 250 miles, with modest performance figures of 270 horsepower and 500 Nm of torque. The EQA will be priced to rival the BMW i3 at around $35,000, but the company isn't ruling out a hot version of the EQA tuned by AMG, a brother to the GLA 45. While the GLB makes space for 7, the EQB is unlikely to offer this many seats in favor of packing the batteries inside the car. Porsche Taycan Cross Turismo. Porsche's electric saloon has been rivaling the Tesla Model S on the electric front and the Mercedes E63 on the petrol front. It bridges the gap perfectly. Unwilling to lose a share of the estate market, Porsche's Cross Turismo slaps an estate-style rear end on its Taycan and ups the price by an estimated $5,000. This is no run-of-the-mill estate, though. The Cross Turismo, just like its counterpart in the Panamera family, features slick, aerodynamic lines, making it more of a grand tourer than an estate. A 50-litre increase in boot space takes it to around 500 litres in total. Expect entry-level models to have a 79 kWh battery and produce 530 horsepower, while Turbo and Turbo S models use a 93 kWh battery to produce 680 and 760 horsepower. Originally destined for the end of 2020, launch has been pushed back a couple of months. Porsche will likely tackle the Macan next before phasing out petrol power in the Cayenne. Tesla Model Y. Elon Musk's smallest SUV has already started production, with some units rumored to have been delivered, but 2021 is when we'll see the Model Y roll out on a large scale. Production will be split between the Fremont factory in California and Giga Shanghai. Sharing around 3/4 of its parts with the Model 3, the Y is around the size of a BMW X3 or Mercedes GLC. While a 7-seat variant is available, like the larger Model X, the gull-wing doors have been scrapped for cost efficiency. Demand for SUVs is currently at its highest, so the Model Y is likely to be a crucial car in Tesla's history. Long-range and performance models boast more than 300 miles in range, getting to 60 miles per hour in 4.8 and 3.5 seconds respectively. Later next year, we'll start to see the emergence of the Cybertruck, capable of towing up to 14,000 pounds, and the Roadster with a 1.9-second 0-60 sprint time. Rivian R1T. Many viewers will be familiar with the Rivian R1T as it featured on Apple TV Plus's series Long Way Up. And seeing the immense efforts the company went to help the TV show's cast drive from the southernmost tip of South America to California through every extreme heat and landscape possible should help put potential buyers' minds at ease that this company really will do anything. The $75,000 launch edition will land in June 2021, with a 400-mile variant due the following January. Next year will also be the year to hear the company's plans for a cheaper 250-mile model. At its best, the quad-motor R1T can tow 11,000 pounds and finish the 0-60 miles per hour sprint in 3 seconds. It remains a true off-roader too, carrying the ability to wade through more than 3 feet of water. 11 cameras, 5 radars, and 12 ultrasonic sensors provide a 360-degree field of vision to aid off-roading, safety, and self-driving. The company has also been working on the R1S, which, rather than a pickup, resembles an SUV. This makes room for an optional third row of seating to accommodate 7. The R1S will come at a $2,500 premium. Lucid Air. A self-proclaimed Tesla killer, delivery is estimated to begin next April, but that's for the top-spec Dream Edition, which costs $161,500. Each model that follows brings the car into a more reasonable price range, the Grand Touring in the summer, the Touring in late 2021, and the Pure in early 2022, starting from around $70,000. Lucid promises 400 to 500 miles of range, and varying power outputs end at a maximum of 1,080 horsepower, making a 2.5-second 0 to 60 sprint achievable. Inside, a 35-inch 5K curved screen provides all the information needed to the driver for monitoring speed as well as infotainment. Outside, no less than 32 vision, radar, LiDAR, and ultrasonic sensors help future-proof the design, while providing it with heightened safety and self-driving tech. If this sounds similar to how Tesla launched to the masses, wait till you hear about Lucid's next model, the Gravity. Built alongside the Air in its purpose-built factory in Nevada, this SUV will rely heavily upon the fundamentals of the Air. The company plans to open 20 retail stores around the US in 2021. Ford Mustang Mach-E. Various models of Ford's electrified crossover will be available, the cheapest coming in at around $44,000. Both key models will be available with rear and all-wheel drive setups, and an all-electric range of 300 miles depending on model is possible, while just 250 miles is quoted for the 460 horsepower GT, which sprints to 60 miles per hour in 3.7 seconds. Up front, a Tesla-inspired portrait infotainment display dominates the cabin, with a peculiar-looking rotary knob emerging from the screen itself. We're told that it will contextually adapt to its surroundings, so its use isn't just limited to media volume control. Don't expect it to be on our roads until late 2021, though. Audi RS e-tron GT. Audi borrowed sister company Porsche's blueprint for its RS e-tron GT, which is a heavily adapted Taycan. European pricing is set to be in the region of £130,000, significantly more expensive than the Taycan, although a non-RS variant is expected to arrive at a later date, bringing the price a lot closer to £100,000. The car boasts 600 horsepower, but a 2-second overboost function when paired with launch control increases this to 650 horsepower for a 2.7-second 0 to 60 sprint. This doesn't help its range of just 250 miles, but the performance-orientated Quattro variable all-wheel drive means 100% of the power can be directed to the rear wheels when necessary. The 93 kilowatt-hour battery powers a dual-motor setup and can be charged on a 350 kilowatt 800-volt charger, adding 80% in just 20 minutes. Furthermore, the RS e-tron GT is pioneering wireless charging for a car. At just 11 kilowatts, the wireless charger will work just like that of a smartphone. This is big news. Ford Bronco. So far, all the cars in our top 10 list have been electric, but we couldn't resist the mention of this icon. Originally discontinued in 1996, the Bronco has been brought back to life. This retro and nostalgic car has been brought into the 2020s in a really careful way so as not to destroy what was important about the original Bronco. Starting at less than $30,000, it will be available in 2-door and 4-door models. Power comes from Ford's fuel-efficient EcoBoost engines, a 266 horsepower 2.3-litre 4-cylinder or a 306 horsepower 2.7-litre V6. Power is put down by a 7-speed manual with a standard crawl gear or a 10-speed auto. Based on the platform of a Ranger, Ford claims it will have the toughness of an F-Series truck and the performance of a Mustang. Its short overhangs and square bodywork mean it looks the part, but it can only tackle tough terrain thanks to its 35-inch tyres, 11.6-inch ground clearance, and ability to wade through 35 inches of water. A further model will be offered geared towards those who do not wish to take their Bronco off-road. The Bronco Sport will come with a 1.5-litre 180-horsepower EcoBoost or a 250-horsepower 2-litre EcoBoost engine, both paired to an 8-speed automatic. Milder off-road abilities means this car is geared more towards comfort and practicality. They're coming early next year. Ferrari Purosangue. With its name derived from the Italian for thoroughbred, this will be the Italian firm's first crack at an SUV. Although don't let boss Louis Camilleri hear you say that. He prefers to call it a Ferrari utility vehicle. And speculations over its design revolve around a jacked-up shooting brake. Think GTC4 Lusso and you'll be on the right track. Although very little information has been released, we know quality will remain a priority, with luxurious, thick leather and real carbon fiber materials used throughout. Up against the likes of the Lamborghini Urus, Bentley Bentayga and Aston Martin DBX, it's likely we'll see some fast and some even faster models. Rumour has it that a hybridized V6 or V8 engine will form the basis of the standard model, with top-spec variants making use of a V12. Although we can't be certain, we do know that 60% of Ferrari's cars will be hybrid by 2022. Production may start as early as next year, but we may not see the finished version until 2022. Are you most excited about an electric car, or are you still holding on to the dream of running a petrol or diesel-powered car? Regardless, the options for EV buyers has inflated over the past